Hi again, and welcome back to Crypto Gambler. Today it's Tuesday, April 9, and it's 2024. Now this video is a follow-up from one I did about 2 months ago on this platform. This is Wealthfine.com. Now, in that video, I went into some depth, describing how the company works and providing a few reasonable proofs and so on and so forth. So I'm not going to get into that today. I just wanted today to explain a few things more about the company. Now I've been with them over a year now, probably about 14 months, I think, 15 months. And I am currently in the basic plan. Now, as you can see, there are 3 plans to this platform. By the way, it's a serious platform. Minimum invest is $100. It's a serious company. They don't mess about. They just get on with it. There's very little in the way of social media on this company. There's no promotion of any sorts, although they do have a referral system, but they don't promote it. It's not necessary for them to promote this company because it's doing well enough without that. So anyway, as I say, I'm in the basic plan here. That's the minimum of 100, and the return is 0.8% daily. That's 7 days a week. The next one is a big jump to 5,000 minimum, 1.5%, and the next one is the diamond share at 50,000, which produces 5% daily. Anyway, as I was saying, the reason for this video is just to explain a few things about the company and the way it operates, and a few things that I've learned the hard way, if you will. You can't mess these people around. The rewards are good, but you've got to be serious. Right, without further ado, I think we'll just log on to my dashboard. And we'll see where we are with where I am. Okay, very basic website. It's very simple and direct and to the point. Currently my account balance there is $111. Since being in this platform, I've earned nearly $3,000. I've only withdrawn $130. It would have been more, but there's a bit of a story to that. My active deposit, $3,600. So, where do I start? Okay, firstly, let's just go to the Facebook group. Now, this is actually the official Wealthfine Facebook group. How do I know that? Well, because I made it. And what I did, I made prior to this, they didn't have any social media whatsoever. So I decided, well, I'm going to make a Facebook page, and I'm going to ask them if it can be linked to their website. So I did that, and they eventually said, yes, you can link it to the main website. So this is very recent, so we've only got 9 members so far, as you can see. So I don't know, I did this about a week ago, something like that. But the main purpose of talking about the Facebook page today is this. I wrote this recently. It's called the Wealthfine Plan Structure. Now, like most of these companies, there are certain rules and regulations that the company have, official rules and regulations. What am I trying to say? The company terms and conditions. Now, normally you say, oh, company terms and conditions, not really bothered, and we all ignore it. But the trouble is, if you ignore it on this website, as I did, then you can become a bit of a cropper. So before we get into that, let's read this. Wealthfine, as far as I can tell through a great deal of research, is legitimate, it's reliable, and it's been certainly in operation for more than 6 years. I joined the platform over a year ago, and I know several others who joined even earlier. Okay, I've written here, however, this is not a company that appreciates investors who do a lot of compounding without making any deposits. Now, this is where I fell foul, because I actually made my first deposit some months after I joined, 3 or 4 months after I joined. I think it was 100, 200, whatever. And I went along and I compounded all the earnings. I made the odd small withdrawal just to test out the system, and I made 3 or 4 withdrawals, and they were all fine. And then I decided to just do nothing else but compound. So I've been compounding for, how long? 6 months or more. I've been nothing but compounding. I put no fresh funds into this. So I then go on to say it's important to note there are a few regulations under the company terms and conditions that must be observed. So if you are in any of the 3 plans, then you are restricted to withdrawals and compounding. So you're restricted to 10 times each of those. So you can withdraw 10 times during the period of a basic plan. Basic plan, 20 days. So during that 20 days, you can withdraw 10 times. You can compound 10 times. That's fine. If you're in the 60-day plan, then obviously the same thing applies. 10 times compounding, withdrawing. 180 days, same thing, 10 times withdrawals and compounding. Now, this is important. If you exceed these limits, then your withdrawals will not be available until you make a new deposit. So that's the main thing to consider here. If you break those regulations, then they will stop your withdrawals. Now, they stopped my withdrawals at some point, but not for that particular reason, because I'd only made a couple of withdrawals and I hadn't done that much compounding within each plan. Because as soon as you start a new plan, then you have another 20 days in which to do your 10 withdrawals or your 10 compounds, and so it goes on. So I hadn't broken those rules, but what I had done was I'd broken an unwritten rule. Okay. Now the unwritten rule, as I discovered, was that if you are someone like me who just put a few $100s into this and then thought, oh great, I won't do anything except compound month after month, and of course the balance built up, and as you saw just recently, I've got quite a lot in there. Actually, I've got over $3,500 in there. Most of that is from compounding. Now the problem with that is that they don't like it. They don't. You're not considered a serious investor if all you do is put a few $100s in there and then compound for the rest of the time. So eventually I discovered that this was not looked upon with any great favour. So what happened was they said, I'm sorry, I recently tried a withdrawal. A couple of weeks ago I tried a withdrawal, and it was not honoured. So I wrote to them, I said, look, why can't I withdraw? And they said, well, unfortunately, all you've done is compound. You've put no fresh funds in for a long time. If you do that, then your withdrawals will be suspended. And sure enough, that's what happened. So, okay, so what can I do about that? So they said, well, you will have to invest more funds, at least $1,000, and after that you can continue to withdraw. So at first I was all a bit, oh my God, this is not good. But the thing is, I know a few people who are in this platform and have been in this platform for quite some time. And I know for a fact that they make withdrawals, big withdrawals. These are not Mickey Mouse investors, $50 here, $20 there. I know people who've got $50,000 in, $20,000, you know, 70,000, whatever. And they're all, of course, a lot of them are on the diamond plan, which is the 50,000 plan. Most of them are on the platinum plan, which is a minimum of $5,000. So I said to online support, they're very good, by the way. They always get back to you and take a lot of time talking to you. So I said, well, okay, fair enough, I'll have to think about it. So I said, well, look, if I do that, if I put $1,000 in, my withdrawals can then be reinstated. I said, can I also continue to compound? And they said, yes, you can. Once you put your 1,000 in, you know, you're up and running, you can withdraw again, and you can compound again within the regulations. I said, okay, fine. I said, so if I do that, I mean, bearing in mind I've got $3,500 in there now, I said if I put another 1,000 in, can I then continue to compound up until $5,000? And once I get to $5,000, can I then upgrade to the platinum plan? And they said, absolutely, yes, you can, no problem. Now, the thing with the platinum plan is that as you can see here, in fact, your basic plan gives you 0.8% daily. The platinum share plan is doubled, so 1.5. So you can see that once you get into this platinum share plan, you are earning 1.5% daily, 7 days a week. And in that plan, if I open a platinum plan for 5,000, then that plan will run for 60 days. Now during that 60 days, bearing in mind that will earn me $75 a day, which is not inconsiderable. Once I'm in that plan, then during the course of 60 days, I can make 10 withdrawals. Okay, so 10 withdrawals within the space of 2 months. Nothing wrong with that. That's fine, because no point taking $20 out here, $30 there. You know, if you make a withdrawal, it needs to be, you know, a good one. $500, whatever, more. And then and of course, as I say, you can compound as well 10 times during the course of that 60 days. So as long as you stay within their rules and regulations, then there's no problem, or their terms and conditions. And I know that for a fact, because a very good colleague of mine has been with them quite a long time, and you know, she's made quite a few withdrawals, and she's never had any problems. She got into the platinum plan fairly early on. She started with the basic plan, but then quickly got into the platinum plan. Now, once you're in the platinum plan or the diamond, you know, you don't have any more issues or problems with withdrawals and all the rest of it. So that's the main reason I'm making this video, is just to point out that there are terms and conditions that they have. Most of them written down. There's the only one or two that, you know, are not written down, so you have to be careful. So that's it in a nutshell. This is where I am right now. Let's just go back to the. So as you can see, as I explained, I've got, well, just over 3,500 active. Now I've got my investments. I've got about, at the moment, I've got quite a few plans running, but they're all small plans, you know. Let's see, that one there's 105, 225, 785. That's the biggest one. Oh no, it's not. 880 there, and so on, and all those amount to 3,600. So I've only ever withdrawn 130, and I'll explain the reason for that, because they didn't really, you know, if they think you're not a serious investor, then they don't like it. So, you know, but I can actually show you some of the chat here. Let's have a look. Let's just go back a bit. it just says here, there will be no defaults if you follow the system instructions, as I've just mentioned. So I said, hi, you have said I need to deposit another 900 in order to withdraw my funds. That's because just before this, I'd put another 100 in to start the ball rolling. So that made the 1,000 was down to 900. And I said, can I deposit this amount later this year? Also, can I continue to compound before I deposit the 900 and still withdraw? And they said, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you can continue to compound till you get to deposit the 900, which is the outstanding amount. Your withdrawal will be activated upon the top-up deposit, or deposits. You know, it doesn't have to be in one go. So I've said, okay, thanks, I'll deposit funds later this year when I have enough funds, blah, blah, blah. This is just about the Facebook group, and then just a little bit later I've said, hi, I'm currently paying my required deposit, $1,000, in order to reactivate my withdrawals. I paid $100 so far, as I mentioned, and I will pay another $100 today, which I did do. So now I've got $800 outstanding. Once I've reached this amount and also reached $5,000 in my balance, with a bit of compounding, can you please confirm that I will be able to purchase a platinum plan from this balance? And they said, yes, you can purchase the platinum plan. So there we are. That's pretty much it at the moment. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be putting maybe 100 every couple of weeks or so into it until I've paid off my 1,000. I'll continue to compound as well. So by the time I've paid the rest of the money, which would be $800 into this, then I'll be pretty much up to 5,000. Now at that point, I will obviously buy a platinum plan. Once I've got the platinum plan, I should be home and dry. I really am confident about this. Once I'm in the platinum plan, I'll be earning $75 a day. That plan will run for 60 days, during which time I can make 10 withdrawals, although I doubt very much if I'll make that many. I might make 2 or 3. And also I can make 10 compounds. So, this, once that's at $5,000, this balance will build up by $75 a day. So, leave it a week or two and there's a lot of money in there. Right, okay, I've been rambling on for quite a long time now, but I wanted to get that over to those that actually watch this video. So just to reiterate and to finish off, oh, by the way, I'm going to leave a link for this Wealthfine Facebook group, because, please join the Facebook group. You don't have to invest, it's just follow it if you like, or whatever, it's fine. So I'll leave a link for that. And just to quickly reiterate, they do have terms and conditions. It's a serious company. They have terms and conditions. If you don't follow them, then there'll be penalties. So in a nutshell, 3 plans, all of them, you are limited to 10 withdrawals and 10 compounds within the period of the specific plan. When this plan expires and you start a new one, then that whole system restarts. Okay, then there it is. I'll leave you with that, and I'll try and get back perhaps in a week or two with an update or something like that, as I get nearer to this magic 5,000 number. Okay, then we'll leave it there for now. Thanks as always for listening, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.